Well, welcome to my French cafe.
Whoa, oui, oui.
Well, this is going to be my take on a croque madame.
Yum.
I do feel like I've got imposter syndrome here, making a toastie in front of you.
Toasties are obviously my life with Tim's Toasties, but I love this, and I do love a croque madame, and I like that other people are embracing the humble toastie.
Good.
Everyone loves a
Excellent.
toastie.
Well, since you are the expert, I'm going to get you to slice. I've got some gorgeous sourdough bread. It's a lovely wholemeal.
Looks great.
So it's got all the goodness of wholemeal.
Okay.
And I'm just going to whip up a little bechamel sauce. Essentially, I've used some extra virgin olive oil. I've got some wholemeal flour in there.
So making a bechamel with no butter, with olive oil instead.
I know.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. If you're French and you don't write in and complain to me, honestly, it works. I have done this before. Now I'm going to just gradually add my milk. And you know what? If you don't like this to be so rich, the other thing I sometimes do is I use a little bit of stock.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not all milk. It depends on how rich you like your bechamel. But traditionally, we're just going to use milk. And we want to whisk that in and cook out the flour. I'm going to put in a pinch of salt and some black pepper. Oh, that's beautiful bread.
That's gorgeous
Good.
bread. I love it.
Now, Tim, if you could just... You want to work out, so make sure, especially when it's this lovely shaped bread like this,
Match
what's
it
going to
up.
be the inside, what's going to be the outside, and then flip them over, and I want you to oil my outside of my toastie.
Can do.
And so I'm just going to finish making this bechamel until it's just sort of simmering, and that's what cooks out the flour. And then you don't get that horrid floury taste. And so I'm going to pop about half of my cheese into my sauce.
Let's make it nice cheesy sauce.
And the little secret ingredient is some Dijon mustard.
Yeah, I love putting a bit of mustard in my bechamels and creamy sauces like that. It just gives it another dimension of flavour.
And I love Dijon. You know, it's not too mustardy. It's just the right sort of consistency and taste. OK, now you do want your bechamel to be quite thick for doing a croque madame. And I think that is good. I'm going to turn off the heat.
And you've got some chives here. Do you want me to chop up some chives?
I would. It's just going to go in the top, but that's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, great.
Now, traditionally, this would have ham in it, but I'm going to use some turkey instead.
Oh.
Just because, you know.
Quit jiving me, turkey.
Look, one thing I've learned from you, Tim, is, you know, a bit of fusion cuisine. So why not mix things up and do it a bit differently? So that's what we're doing today.
I love turkey. I think it's a great alternative. That'll be really nice.
I think so.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to be quite generous. Some lovely turkey slices in the middle. I'm also going to add, because I can't resist, popping some greens in there.
Fair enough.
I'm going to put in one of my favourite veggies, which is spinach. I think I eat spinach every day. On here, I want to get my pan nice and hot.
That bechamel's looking really good.
Beautiful. So we're just going to put a little of this bechamel. I'm just going to put a bit of extra black pepper. And then on goes, actually, we'll just do a wee more cheese.
More cheese.
There is going to be some cheese on top too. But
Oh,
I'll pop some in.
yeah.
You can never have too much cheese. And then the top of my toastie. So then we are going to pop this straight into our nice hot pan. Sizzle, sizzle, there we go. So we are just going to cook this for 2 or 3 minutes on each side. I'll flip it over after a couple of minutes. So we toasted it up. Then we put more bechamel on the top,
Yes.
a little more cheese on the top, and then I'm going to put it under the grill.
Can't wait.
Is it as good as a Tim's toastie?
I mean, I've made a lot of toasties in my time, but this looks amazing, Joe.
All it's missing is the fried egg.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to get my egg ready.
Oh, into a little ramekin.
Into a little ramekin, so it's ready to go.
Okay.
And I pour in my oil.
Fair bit of oil.
And then pop my egg straight into the middle.
Let it do its thing.
Okay, so the lid is just to help the eggs, the yolk cook a little bit.
That's a good looking egg.
And I'm going to put a pinch of salt and some pepper.
It's a great little tip. If you've got stainless steel, people get worried that everything's going to stick. But if you follow Joe's instructions...
It works.
Non-stick.
Right. OK, so then we pop our sandwich up.
Lovely.
The egg goes on the top. And then I'm just going to finish with a little sprinkling of some fresh chives. You could use some parsley, whatever herbs you've got in your garden.
All right.
Should we have a look inside, Tim?
Yes, do it.
OK, I'm going to slice through the yolk so that you see how beautifully, look at that, the yolk is still runny, so it runs down into the bread. Look, you can't do this without being messy, I'm sorry.
No.
It's just, you know, it's just the way that it goes. Now look how the egg just beautifully melts down into there.
Toasties still excite me, Joe. I mean, there's just something wonderful about bread with all this goodness in it.
I don't know how you're going to get your chops around that, but, you know, in a delicate French, elegant way.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. C'est le croque madame délicieux.
Oh, je suis hungry.